What's up, YouTube? It's your boy DNG.
This is Martine.
And we are back. Well, this is our first episode, actually, on the Practice Makes Progress podcast. That's what we're calling it. I mess with it 100%. But yeah, this is a new podcast that we started. We just want to go ahead and talk about some of our experiences together as far as we are newly married, so we're going to cover some stuff like that. And we're just going to talk about our life together, growing together, serving God together, just having life together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's get into it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
What?
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Today we came from church. We slept. Took a nice nap. You cooked that awesome shrimp Alfredo.
Yeah.
So I'm fed
One
both
of his
ways,
favorites.
if you know what I mean. I'm fed both ways.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I feel great, man. I'm just blessed to for us to be able to be together and to do this.
Yeah.
I thank God for the opportunity, and yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Happy.
So so we got married less than a month ago.
Yes,
The
it's less
13th
than a month.
of this month makes it a month.
Yeah.
So for you, how is marriage for you so far? What would you describe it as?
Marriage. Oh my God. It's a lot of killing flesh.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's a lot of killing flesh. But it's a lot of loving too.
Right.
I feel like I enjoy marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy marriage. I enjoy being married. I enjoy the togetherness, the serving.
Right.
Yeah, but it's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of killing flesh.
Yeah. And I could probably since we've been married now, I probably gotten on your nerves a lot, and I probably did a lot of stuff so far to
I wouldn't say you didn't do a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say it's a lot of stuff. We listen, we're making it work.
Yeah.
It's a journey, I would say. It has been a beautiful journey so far.
Right.
Yeah.
How
has it been for you?
For me I think is a learning thing, and that's what I like about it, because we're continuing to learn each other, understand each other. I think it was different when we were dating. Because
way different.
Yeah, because at that time, you were going to New York, and sometimes you'll come here for the weekend and stuff like that. But the fact that you're here, actually here, and I'm here, is kind of different. But we're learning each other. We're trying to understand each other better, see how we could cooperate and work together and stuff like that. So I think it's a process. That's why we're gonna keep progressing at it every time. So,
yes.
Yeah. And then also, side note, it's good because most of the time I used to sleep by myself, so I have someone to sleep with. Yeah. So what would you say has been one of the challenging things for you so far? For you,
the challenging thing for me, I would say the challenging thing for me now is, I was on a journey before where it was just me and God.
Right.
But now it's a journey with me and God and someone.
And someone else, yeah.
So it's juggling, spending time with you,
right.
and wanting to spend that time with God. Has been I wouldn't say it's a struggle, because we do get our God time, and then we do get our time to spend time together,
right?
But more so not wanting to feel guilty. Am I spending enough time with God?
Right.
Or
right. I think I would say that has been challenging too, because newly married, we're trying to understand each other. We're understanding each other. We're working towards on how to make this work,
and figuring things
out. And then now we gotta balance that in a way where our spiritual life doesn't get lost in everything that we're going through. You understand?
That's a
Like,
real thing.
yeah, and we're spending time individually with God.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think like the challenging part is like just trying to get together and
Mm-hmm.
spend time with God. I think
Mm-hmm.
like that's been for me like the challenging things for me, because
Like
like
coming up with the
with the
schedule.
right with the
Yeah.
time to pray, to
Yeah.
read the word together. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with having fun and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but we just
And I
gotta
don't think it's a playbook either. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I don't think it's a rule book that says, okay, this is how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone has a different journey. So versus like our journey. So
Right.
we're like right now we're newly in it.
Right.
So we're figuring it out like, for us, how it
Right.
works for
How to
us.
work for us, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things like during counseling that we got. I mean, the Bible does state that Christ is the foundation,
Mhm.
and the man is built on that foundation, and then on his family is his wife and his children and stuff like that. So understanding like, and that's one of the things that I've been nervous about too, because I'm like, if I'm not solidifying my relationship with God, that can like break the whole thing,
Yeah.
because Christ says, husband, love your wife, submit to your husband or so. But if she doesn't have like, if she can't submit to the right authority, she's not going to
Mhm.
submit at all, because because if you're steering the family in the wrong direction, she has the right not to submit to you.
Mhm.
So I think like that's one of the things too that's been that I'm trying to figure out, like putting myself in the presence of God, and then figuring out, you have your individual
Mhm.
relationship with God, your time with God, I have my time with God. But then when we come together, how we can worship God together, praise
Mhm.
God together, read the word together, and pray together. I think that's one of the challenging things. But
Mhm.
I think we're gonna figure it out. We'll
Yeah, and
figure it out.
another thing is also giving myself grace,
Mm-hmm.
to understand that it is a process that I'm learning, and it's something new that I'm learning, and it's not like, okay, God is over me, like you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that,
Mm-hmm.
but like I know God is a gracious God, so is learning to receive that grace that he's extended to me, so I'm not like too hard on myself, like,
Right.
oh my God, like I didn't spend enough time with you today, but like receiving the grace that he's extending to process
Right.
or progress.
Progress. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. So another thing that I wanted to basically ask you is, all right. So like one of our one of our okay. So what would you say? What would you say is something that you think so far since we've been married, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
that we could go ahead and make a progress on, or like progress on? What would you say is
Yikes.
something that you think we could like fix or make stronger in our relationship so far?
um I think for me is I wouldn't say communicate, because I think we're great
Yeah, I
communicators.
think we
Like I
talk.
think we
We talk.
communicate
We talk.
well.
We communicate well.
Something I would say that we need work on is
I think I
dang,
might know what you
what?
might say. Okay. Does that have to do with boundaries, setting boundaries?
Okay, that's
That's
one.
one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Used to live in life a certain way, and we're also used to like friends,
Right.
family, and stuff like that.
Right.
Learning to set the boundaries, like, okay, it's something that we're trying to figure out now.
Yeah.
So it's like not allowing people to override our boundaries, because as we're figuring it out,
Mm-hmm.
we don't need the extra
Right.
load of everyone else's things to deal with while we're trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That can cause conflict between you and your partner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hate that, because I think that's what happened a couple of days ago. Um, we had a we have a discussion, and then it doesn't pan out that way. Um, but you're right. because like if we're not on the same page when it comes to stuff like
Yeah.
that, yeah, what we dealt with and what we went through and stuff like that. It could go deeper too when when people like are so much so into their feelings and stuff, and we're
Mhm.
not able to talk about it. That's why I felt like, yeah, that's what when you said we communicate well, that's
Mhm.
true, and we got to keep that up too
Yeah.
because if we let things just grow and grow and grow, in the end, it's gonna turn to something bigger that is not even supposed to
Right,
be.
right. And
So
like that's another thing too, not letting things fester.
right.
Like something that I was always told with being married is like forgive quick.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm starting to see the um what's the word I'm looking for? I'm starting to see what it means to forgive quick
Mm-hmm.
because like um any attack of, like, for example, I was recently reading the book of Job,
Right.
and when Satan
Right.
asked God about Job, it's not that God wanted to give him up. It's just the fact that he had that open door. Job said in one of the chapters, he said, "The thing that I have feared has come up upon me,"
Right.
and it's like the slightest sin, because fear is a sin.
Right.
So like the slightest open door you give to the enemy, and he'll slip right in, and it'll just fester to something that you could have fixed, you could avoid.
Right.
So like that's something else that I'm learning in this process, is learning to not allow things to fester. I don't need to hold on to things. Talk about it,
Right.
so you know we could work it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not a something that
Something that,
festers
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true too. And I could attest to it. I could relate to it because that's because when we had that little thing that day, we were both, you were in the room and I was
Mhm.
out here in the living room,
Mhm.
and I'm like, come on. Like I just had a thought. I'm like, come on, go talk to your wife because like if we extend that gap and not talk about it as soon as possible or
Yeah.
get rid of it, it'll turn into something big. And I also like individually, I think of it this way too because earlier today I was telling you that I felt some type of way about somebody and I felt like this anger come, over me and stuff. And the whole time I was praying, I was asking God, please
Yeah.
remove that because like the slightest thing, the smallest thing that we have, anger, envy, jealousy,
Mhm.
hatred, and stuff like that, we might feel like, oh yeah, we have the justice, we're right enough to be angry at that person, no matter
Right.
what they
Right.
did. I know they wronged you, but anger, like holding an anger or a grudge or something like that for like the smallest thing, yeah, that's an open
Yeah.
door and it's gonna lead into something bigger later down the line. So yeah, once we get that concrete in our mind that we must like forgive quick, like you said,
Mhm.
and just fix things quick.
Yeah.
That just leaves us more room to like have a brighter day, have a better week, and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
think that's a great thing.
And that's not only something in marriage. It's like
Right?
between your friends.
Yeah.
Like not letting things fester. Like if you feel something on your heart, even if like you feel like you're heated,
Mm-hmm.
just like take the moment that you need, but like as soon as you can, try to try to fix,
As soon
you
as
know
right.
discuss so that nothing doesn't fester, because
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it'll lead into a lot. Something that I wanted to talk about, but I think we're gonna save it probably for like episode 2. But we could like go into it just a little bit, but not
Mhm.
too much details. All right, so we met in 2020,
Mhm.
July of 20. Well, we met in February 2020 over
Mhm.
the phone and stuff like that, but we didn't meet in person until like July of 2020.
Mhm.
Talking da 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 da, and then March of 2021 is when I proposed to you, and then from March all of
Wait, what?
March and 20. I mean March of
No,
that
that's
was this year.
wrong.
No,
Yes.
no. So we met in 2021. Yeah, it was
2020.
last year.
Was it 2021?
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
I'm
2021.
sorry. Yeah. It's 2021.
Nah.
It was like it was like February 2021.
Yeah.
Then we met in person July of 2021,
Mhm.
and then we talking, dating, and then March of this year.
Mhm.
That's when I proposed, and then from there it's been like a whirlwind as far as like planning a wedding and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, give them a little bit of. Don't give them the whole thing. We're just gonna talk a little bit about it. How was that for you personally?
Oh, planning the wedding.
Within a short time, like
Within planning a wedding, don't do it, guys.
yeah,
Don't do it. If you're gonna do, if you want to get married, well, if you feel that the Lord is prompting you to get married,
right,
in a short time, um,
yeah,
don't do it. I mean,
yeah.
do it because the
but-
Lord said it. Because like one thing, okay, even with the short planning, the short time
right,
with the planning, one thing that I seen was God's hand.
right,
Like I've seen God move. Like I mean, I've seen God move before, but like He blew my mind. Like
yeah.
with the planning, he over like.
Yeah, I think everything just fell into
Yes,
place
like
because we were having a hard time. We were trying to figure out, like, dang, how are we gonna take care of
yeah,
this? How are we
yeah.
gonna do this? How are we gonna do that?
And we had a great team too. Our bridal party, shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
Like
shout out to
we
you
had a
guys.
great team. People encouraging us. Rather if it was like it was like whatever talent you had, everyone just did their thing, and I was so grateful for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it worked out very well. But it was like that when they say planning a wedding is stressful, it is. That's why
Oh
a lot of
yes,
people
I
do
got to
have.
feel it, but it wasn't like I feel like whenever I felt stressed, it's because I wasn't like fully, I wasn't fully thriving and trusting in God. I think that's the only time that I got stressed. But as soon as I seen like, like He's like I got you, and like He was just moving.
Right.
I knew like to ease and
Right, and
yeah,
trust like even more.
trust the
Yeah, no,
progress.
that's facts. Yeah. So, I mean, we're gonna save, like I said, we'll save
Yeah,
that for
we'll save that for next
another
yes.
conversation. But yeah, we just wanted to give you guys a little introduction on our podcast.
Yes.
This is a short episode. We want to go ahead and kind of cut it here. But this is the what is it?
Practice makes progress.
Podcast, PMP, Mr. Daniel, Miss Martine Gartei. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for watching.
Yes,
This was
thank
the
you
first
so
episode.
much.
Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, hit the post notification bell. Let us know what you think of the podcast. If you rock with us, please subscribe to the channel. We will definitely see you guys in the next video. You want to say goodbye to the people?
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys so much. I always go deuces. Or what's that? Then that's
No, please.
Okay.
No.
That's just for the house. Thank you guys. We'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.
This is